If a person gets his attitude toward money straight, it will help him straighten out almost every other area of his life. There's a lot of truth to that statement, because when the money's there and we're giving to God and we're feeling His blessing, it's like the rest of our problems, they're still there. We still face issues, there's no question, but they just kind of dwindle, you know? They're just not quite as significant as when we're not giving to God, we don't feel His blessing, and we're not feeling provided for, then all these other things are just amplified in our life, and they're much worse than they really seem, those stressors. We've got to trust more in this area of our lives. We've got to get the right heart. But why do people still not do that? Why is it that maybe 20% of the people are actually tithing across America? Maybe, and it's probably closer to 10%. But why is it that 20% of the people would essentially assure themselves of financial torture? Well, in your notes, I want to go through, and I hope, again, that you'll pull these out and follow along, every person. 5 reasons people don't trust God with their finances. There aren't only 5. There's probably 1,000 that we could come up with, but I think these 5 apply pretty well. First reason people don't trust God with their finances is ignorance. They just don't know any better. It's part of the reason to have these series once a year, is so that people will be more informed. Proverbs 17:16. Of what use is money in the hand of a fool, since he has no desire to get wisdom? See, ignorance can't be an excuse anymore, because now you know. Second reason people don't trust God with their finances is disobedience. These are people that do know better, but just decide to keep it for themselves anyway. Martin Luther said, there are 3 conversions: the heart, the mind, and the purse. That makes a lot of sense, right? There's a lot of wisdom to that. People get saved, and they give their hearts to God, and they get converted, and then they begin to research what Scripture is about. They begin to research this God thing, and their mind begins to engage, and they see how analytical God is in many ways, and how scientific the aspects of God and the Bible and faith are. And then, finally, the pocketbook will follow. James 4:17 says, anyone then who knows the good he ought to do and doesn't do it sins. It's flat out disobedience to know what you're supposed to do and to not do it. If that's you, I hope that you, and I want to encourage you to do. James 1:22, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Probably the most important verse in all of Scripture.